Science and Engineering Department, Mr. Professor Rajkumar, and the departmental colleagues from the Computer Science and other departments, and student participants of this national conference. A very good morning to one and all gathered here.
Morning, sir.
Thank you. And very importantly, this kind of national conferences on computing and communication typically involves in bringing kind of a knowledge actually. Now you may ask me what kind of knowledge, Sarma, you just want us to just disseminate among the societies or something like that. And it is very important. In general, you just imagine your books are having this much, your teachers teach this much, and your examination they will ask this much, and you write this much, and you will got mark this much. This is education, studies. But implementing your ideas is entirely different. You have a very small idea, getting a guidance is this much, and of course your hard work is this much, and its impact is this much. You just reverse technology, you just think of it, and of course when you are, this will come only when you attend the conferences, and of course many of the people say that a conference is a place where the ignorance of one is disseminated among others. No, it is not like that. People will feel like that actually. Now the platforms has come actually, whether the publicated item or otherwise a given idea, whether it is perfect or not, definitely you will be able to know it. See, when your teacher teaches something or otherwise a researcher gives an idea, you need not really worry whether that idea is to be taken as granted or not. No, you please don't believe that some idea is great and some idea is not great. You have to do one way. What is that? Immediately you ask Google. Arey Google Baba, what is this? You ask. Google will tell you several ideas. Of course, whether a teacher told something. Today, let me say, as a communication research has come, people used to say the sensor communication research. So what is sensor communication research actually? When you talk about this computing and communication actually, how you do it actually? Everything is now sensor based. How is it possible actually? Let me say I am having one sensor in the first part, second sensor in the second part, third sensor in the third part. What is that? How actually this communication is possible actually? First I will collect, and another one I will compose, and another one I will communicate. So what is that I am doing? Collecting, composing and communicating. A C-cube kind of a technology. What is that is exactly helping actually behind the screen is like this. You have to go for what is the collection, your transducers, that means the typical sensors will do. Okay, typical transducers, and of course composing an item, or there is composing processing equipment. It will be done by a processor along with what is called as the communication methodology, and later it will be converted to what is called as the communication methodology. And these are the only three parts we took it. For the past, let me say, I started my research in the year 2007. Before that, I do not know. I don't have any email ID. In the year 2007, when I came to Anna University, I don't know what is that. Some email is there actually, something like that. People told, no, you have to do some research. I want to join one PhD. I asked my administrator, my mentor, let me say, is the God for me. And I asked him, sir, I want to just do research. What shall I do? Then you do something in computer science, yeah? Now it is growing. You do in privacy. So I got two great ideas which I do not know anything at all. He is telling privacy, he is telling something called as communication, you do something. Immediately, first of all, I created a mail, and of course I created one batch of students, and I joined PhD. And I just did my basic research, only studying only. Study is the only research. I don't know. My interest is to stay till night 12 o'clock. And morning 6 o'clock again, of course my wife will prepare everything. Okay, even including only coffee is at home actually. My breakfast, afternoon lunch, and any snacks in the afternoon session, evening dinner, everything this much packed. So just college board. So I used to do like that actually. And of course, night 12 o'clock we used to, and only, what is that you have done, Sarma? I have done only my studies only. Study, what is that actually research called? And of course, we succeeded in bringing out one important course First of all, we established this center at NCCCET' 18 campus called the Center for Convergence of Technologies. Okay, it started in the year 2008. It ran till 2012. Because of some administrative reasons, it was missed. And of course, we started one more course called as ME in Pervasive Computing Technologies. A wonderful course. There is actually enough chances actually. It is not computing. It is computing, communication, and of course, what is pervasive? People used to ask actually in the beginning. We used to say it is everywhere. That is the only word we have. And after 1 year, we came to know it is not only everywhere. It is everywhere, anytime, any place. What is that is called as autonomic computing, a repeatable computing, and a kind of reconfigurable computing. And it is called as what is that? Status-based computing, and web-oriented computing, and face recognition based computing. So it is not a simple computing mechanism, and we were able to start with only 5 publications in the beginning, that in national conferences or otherwise international conferences, symposia and all. Later we had, now to the credit of CCT alone, when it was merged with NCCCET' Chennai, to the credit actually we have some 127 publications from CCT. That is the greatest ever thing. Not only from me, this is not only Sarma or not only the center people have done it actually. It is the students they did it. It is the students they did it. And all those students who joined in the ME Pervasive Computing Technologies were settled abroad now. I can name few. Shanmugara settled in what is that, Ireland. He is now doing a James Watt scholarship. Is getting a very highly professional scholarship. Is getting highly funded project. He was there. And many of my students settled abroad in Pervasive Computing Technologies. One of my students is here, Sarma Dhulipala. Okay, and of course they are doing research, and I don't want to see them completely forever in a college where they are like an assistant professor. They also have to become a professor, and they also have to reach NITs, IITs, and software companies, and they will become bada babus. There's big people actually. Okay, so it's always there. I want to see all those people who are working hard. They should be settled in a highly reputed firm. Okay, of course, I have seen the places where people are still working, even getting immediately after getting BE or BE degree, they are simply wandering on the roads. And it is very pity, but what I typically suggest to the BE students, many of the BE students is, you have something called as innovative, creative idea thinking technology. What is that, you may ask me, typically. Now you just stand in that ground actually. Okay, what is there in the ground? You may say only veil is there. Okay, so that veil also you have something else actually. Now you can start capturing few images. This is called as, first of all, what is the collection of the images. Those images you take it, and of course you have a wonderful tool, a simple research I am telling you. Of course you can implement in various other technologies which you like it actually. Now take photographs. You and your friends, at least a 10-member group, you go there and stand in the hot sun, under the hot sun, to take few images of your friends, trees, buildings, and the earth, whatever that is having now. Okay, all these things you take photographs. Okay, Baba, we take the photos. What I can do? Yes, you can. What is that? Give these images and segregation, and using one important tool in image mining or there is data mining. We used to say Vega tool. There is a tool called Vega. Apply data. First of all, you create not only one college. Now today you have taken this C block. This is C block, B block, A block, D block, E block, somewhere guest house, and of course you have some 110 acres, I hope. 170 acres of Chettinad college, you can take the images in various different places. And what you can do, you can create a kind of a database of Chettinad college first of all. What kind of a database it is actually? It is a place-based data mining, what is that collection? Data collection. This place-based data collection, if you take it actually, it will add a credit actually. First of all, your creation of the data is very important. After that, one by one, you just take the various different, small plants and trees, and of course insects, and all these things. No, first of all, data collection. That is how we started. Now I'm in various different areas. I also used to do all these things actually. We used to take photographs simply, and people used to say he got mad. He's taking simply photographs. No. I took one Nokia phone. 2010, I got the permanent position in NCCCET'18. Immediately, my mother bought and gave me one Nokia mobile. Okay, we used to take photographs everywhere. And we did it, of course. I am now having a database. For that database and a data mining paper what we created, it won NASA award in the year 2012. One of my students did it. My physical fitness student did it actually. It is not me again. I am only a mentor. I am a guide. That's it. So I request all of you, please, you are having this small idea. You find people who are actually can guide you this much actually, only 25% only. Because there is one wonderful sloka. Of course, people won't like to read Sanskrit and Hindi in Tamil Nadu. Okay, maybe banned or something like that. But of course, I will transliteration is also not a problem for me. Okay, Acharya Padam Adatte, Padam Sishya Sumedhaya, Padam Sabrahmacharabhya, Padam Kalakramenacha. That means how actually the any knowledge can be gained. Only 25% of it will be taught by the teachers. Acharya Padam, one fragment of it, one segment of it will be taught by the teachers. Padam Sishya Sumedhaya. Second part is that the second 25% of the knowledge, the student has to learn or has to learn himself or herself. Padam Sabrahmacharabhya. So what is the third segment actually? Third segment is to be learned along with our friends, colleagues, relatives, whoever is actually the well-wishers of us actually. That is the third part. And what about the fourth part? It is not only 75%. What about the remaining 25%? Padam Kalakramenacha. Only time will teach you. You will be knowing actually what to be done, what not to be done. It will be decided by the time, decided by the innovation technology. Immediately you are waking up, what you have to do now? First today, at least today is gone actually. Before sleeping, you are going to bed today, you have to take a paper, write it today. Today some national conference I attended. Sarma spoke some nonsense. Okay, nonsense points one by one, you write it actually. Whether it is correct or not, tomorrow I have to check. Because today you will be busy. Tomorrow morning what you have to do? Yesterday's technology and today's technology. What are the technologies today? Please don't learn anything else. What is today's technology? How it is? What is the basic programming languages and softwares that can help my future? That you write it. Day after tomorrow again, you have to recheck all these things. This thing, if you do it actually, this kind of computing, communication, confrontation, and base autonomic systems, all these are becoming very spicy. Now they are spicy, but they are quite work for you. Very easy work for you. So I request all my student friends, please concentrate on bringing some idea to your teacher. Teachers are very great. If you don't bring any ideas, they will go in vain. Their knowledge will go in vain. And even if you don't think, your knowledge will go in vain. Nothing can be done. So please develop ideas, and of course you may concentrate on actually my accomplishments and of course my research items. You can see it from simply we Sarma Dhulipala. My name itself will give you kind of some Google has allotted me some 35 pages. Okay, so you please go through the ideas, and if at all you are having any doubts on this, you can reach me on my email dvsarma@gmail.com. This is my personal advertisement. Okay, like this we have to advertise on ourselves, and of course you have to advertise also. Please don't leave your future to God. You have to boast yourself, you have to feast yourself, and you have to advertise yourselves. This is what the present day technology, and if you don't do that, probably we will not be able. And of course this conference, and I just forgot, thanks for nice words put up by Principal Madam Dr. Punita to me actually, few words. Okay, yes, we have been in this project. Modi's Prime Minister's mitigating devices for air pollution. In order to reduce the air pollution in Delhi and Noida areas, which is beyond 350, we are now working along with NTPC, along with IIT Chennai and IIT Delhi. We have been working, and thanks for actually making me, thanks to Indian government actually is making me a part of it. It is called as MDAP, mitigating devices for air pollution. Okay, and hope this conference will help you in achieving your goals. and of course motivating ideas will inspire you to take up computational and communication research as your future interest. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity.